I'm going to attempt to do a review of Ubuntu Server 16.04, which is a long-term support release that will be supported for the next 5 years. Now, difficulty reviewing a server, it has nothing there. It's just command line. Fair enough, that's probably what you'd need from a server, you'd build it up yourself. But that gives me a difficult job to review it, because with a desktop system, you've got something there, you've got something to play around with, and programs on it to use and try. A server, on the other hand, as I said, has nothing. So I was looking through the release notes first. So the new features on Ubuntu Server, so they're very much focused on cloud computing and virtualization. And I don't even know what half these applications are here, and that is really bad. I was trying to research some, and nope, I wasn't even getting anywhere on the research. They're just coming up with notes about how they're included now in Ubuntu Server. QEMU I know is a virtual system, which I have used some time ago. Ceph-Dual was that cloud computing system, maybe wrong there, don't know. Docker, not a virtualization system. Containerization, quite an interesting concept. It's more a method of sandboxing applications so that each application has access to the kernel, but it's not a full-blown virtual system. And the Docker containers can't necessarily see each other. Something I should probably look more at one day, but not right now. PHP 7, about time. The PHP 7 has some quite substantial improvements over the old PHP 5 series. It's more on the speed improvements, so I'll be interested to see what that looks like. MySQL, not really something I've used. Juju, and fortunately that's the list there, so I don't have to fumble my way through it anymore now and completely embarrass myself. So I'm taking a look at Ubuntu Server on the Raspberry Pi Model 3. So I grabbed an image file of the Ubuntu Pi flavormaker.org website, downloaded a torrent file and wrote it to a micro SD card. Fortunately, the Raspberry Pi Model 3s now take a 64 gig SD card, the high capacity ones, or extended capacity, isn't it, I think? It's a bit more than the old Raspberry Pi Model 2s could cope with. I followed the instructions here on the Ubuntu Wiki, and particularly there's mention of, increasing the size of the partition, because it's nothing like Raspbian, which has a nice, easy to use tool on it. Oh no, you've got to do it by hand on here. I was quite impressed with how fast Ubuntu Server's running on the Raspberry Pi Model 3. I know my comparison of it is against Raspbian on a Raspberry Pi Model 2, but I tell you what, things like apt install here are quite a bit faster than I seem to manage on Raspbian. Just take a look there what groups the default Ubuntu user is in, and it's pretty much the same as Raspbian. I was going to use this Raspberry Pi for self-hosting my own website. I'm going to install PHP 7, and I'm trying it with light TPD to start with. Lighty rather than Apache. A bit lighter than Apache is, and might run a bit better on the Raspberry Pi, which is what I was thinking. And I've got a bit of experience with it on no track. Of course, you'll notice here with Ubuntu Server that it's running the full-blown system. It's not using the snaps file like Snappy Core has. That makes it a bit easier for me. There's no increased learning curve. So there we go. I've got the placeholder page up on Lighty. So now I need the data from my own website. And what was absolutely annoying is the FTP server on my GoDaddy site just fell over and I couldn't seem to get it back up. I've got some old data I'd taken of backup. This is before I started doing a load of changes on the PHP side of things, trying to fix a load of bugs. A basic page is loaded up. I've got page not found because I'm waiting for the data to copy over. Let's try a bit of a comparison side by side of my website on a shared server versus the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is on the left hand side and the shared server is on the right hand side. You can see the difference on the layout here because I've been doing some changes. I've not been able to copy the latest changes back across though. So I've got some pages not found, so that's not going to work properly, but those that are found, just keeping up rather well there. There's nothing too complicated on the tutorial pages. This might be a bit more interesting, the downloads. It's got a bit of PHP code there. But the only thing I noticed, the images are a bit slow to load. But I am pummeling it with a massive SSH file transfer at the moment, so that would have an impact on it. Unfortunately, I couldn't do the test I really wanted to do with testing out the wallpaper gallery. It's a PHP wallpaper gallery I've got, so that would have taken the Raspberry Pi a bit of effort. The old pages have got a few bugs in and they won't really work very well, and the latest code I need quite a few more pages to make it all work properly, and it's things I can't get off there because I'm still waiting for a file copying to take place, and that's been going about 2 hours now and it's just given up, so I can't get anywhere. SSH is barely working on my website and FTP has failed entirely. I would be reduced to taking one file off at a time and I'm not doing that. So anyway, that was a look at Ubuntu Server. It seems to be quite an interesting system. I'm sorry it's limited to what I can really look at it on there because you can do so much with it. You're either interfacing with it through SSH or another web server application. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.